Hi, this is Julie from New Horizons 123. We're a small business and video marketing consulting company. We create videos for people, we help them with the marketing of them, and we also work with marketing systems. So what I'm going to show you in this tutorial is how to get an opt-in form on your website and how to give away a free gift or a free guide to somebody. There's a couple of ways to do this, and just for illustrative purposes, I have a duplication on this particular website of mine. I have it where I have an image of what I'm giving away. This is the outside embed form code, so when they fill that out, they go directly to the report. And I also, what I do on some of my websites is I prefer an image because it looks cute than the actual form, but the effect is the same. Now, if I were to click on this, it says sign up now. It's pretty clear what I want them to do. Calls to action. It takes them over here to a lead capture page that I have that I'm going to refresh that because this is actually a the lead capture form, so the form doesn't show up for a couple of seconds. So the same effect as the form, only I took them to another page where I have a video playing, and in here when they fill this out, they're going to get the same report. So let's go back and show you in the system that I use, the marketing system from Priceless Possibilities, how we got that code, how we got it in there, and it's really quite simple. Come over here to your admin panel. You're going to come into Capture Leads, Embed Opt-in Forms. You're going to select the option down here that says Opt-in Form that is embedded right on the page. Click here. Now I have already done it. I did it over here, but what you're going to do is say Create New Outside Embed Form Code, and it's going to take you to this screen. Now I'm going to get out of this screen because I want to show you through what I already did. So I'm going to come back into Edit. You're going to be looking at the exact same screen that you just saw if you were to put in a new title. Excuse me. So you want to title what this outside opt-in form code is. I'd suggest if you have a lot of giveaways or a lot of websites that you make sure that the title is clear so that you know what you're doing where, because if you have a lot like I do, it gets very confusing. This section over here is where you're allowed to decide, well, what kind of questions do I want to ask them on that form? Here's the form again. And I just ask for name, email address, and phone number. Depending upon your industry and depending upon what you want to do and depending upon what service you're using, you can ask a whole ton of questions. The rule of thumb is the less questions asked, the more likely they are going to give you their information, because long forms people don't like. Now in this particular system, the first name and the email address are hard-coded, so you can't do anything less than that. I like to make phone number mandatory because if somebody is not interested enough in video marketing to give me their phone number, then they're really not probably a very qualified lead and they're not interested in my services, so what's the point? When you come down here to step 3, when somebody fills out a lead capture form, the way this particular marketing system works and many others is it's called a sales funnel. It starts with a lead capture form. As soon as somebody gives you their information, automatically, without your doing anything because you have set it up exactly once, they are going to start receiving autoresponders from you. Now, if you have not created an autoresponder yet, that's simple. I'm going to show you how to do that. You just come over here into email, voice text, email campaigns, add. Title it. Let's do this as a test. Create this campaign. You can use a campaign of theirs, or you can create your own. So I'm going to click on Create My Own. And now I've just created my own campaign, and it's going to show up back on that other stage in the drop-down menu. So let's go back to where we were, which was the outside embed form code. Let's try that again. Thank you. Okay. Let's go back to that same code. Same form. Now I have 2 here that are blank. I'm just going to delete them because they showed up because I started to show you how to add a title. I'm going to delete that because it's blank. And let's come back to the one that we started. You're going to click on Edit. We've already talked about what questions we're going to ask them. I've made phone call mandatory. Now choose which autoresponder to send out. You click down on here. The one that I'm sending is Video Marketing Made Easy. And if you have a lot of campaigns, as you can see, there's quite a few in here, and in some of my other systems I have even more. You might not remember exactly what that is. So you say, well, what is that? Click on View Campaign, and now, oh, yep, that's the one I want. It's pretty easy. So let's close that up. Okay, now over here for the submit button text, if you are going to send them directly to the download link or the report itself, then I would suggest you put in click here for instant access. If you're not, if you want to send them to either your website or maybe another page in your marketing system, then do something like click here to subscribe. Because if you say click here for instant access, when they click that button, you want to make sure that they're looking at that report, or this doesn't really ring true. But you can write anything you want in here. I decided I wanted them to go right into instant access. I like that red button, so I clicked on that. Step 6 is very important. It's what we just talked about, where you want the prospects to go after completing the survey. By the way, there's always little question marks here that ask you, they repeat the question in another way so you can understand it. You have an option of the default page, which basically just says, oops, that's the wrong one. That's the actual report, sorry. I keep doing that. Okay, you know why? Because I didn't click that off. I think I have to tick it. There we go. Okay, that's just a page. No, it's not working. Okay, well, maybe because it's cached or something. So let's leave that. But anyway, what that is just a page that says thank you. No, more than likely you're not going to want to do that, but you can. It's just a page that says thank you. You also can do it at your company-specific URL. If you're in a network marketing company and you have used this system and you've assigned a specific URL, you can send them there. You can send them to any of the pages on your website, and that means anything within your system here. Again, you can use the drop-down. Or, in my case, because I said click here for instant access, I'm going to send them to the report because that's what I told them. This is huge. This is very powerful, and it's what makes this system awesome because of the flexibility that in your opt-in code, you can send somebody to any URL. And this particular one is where what you just saw 3 times, which is where the report lives. So when they click on Get Instant Access, they're looking at the report. So I was true to my word. Now let's go back and hit Save Changes. Okay, here is where you get that code that you see over here. That's HTML outside embed form code, and you get it right here. You just created the form. So click on Get Code. Here's the code. I want to show you a little trick that I use. This happens with a lot of email autoresponders where it says begin opt-in form code. Let's go back over to this website. Now if you're using WordPress, they make everything very easy for you, but particularly using your widgets and putting in embed codes and images. So right here is where I have the code. Now I'm going to delete this code to show you what happens if you take it directly from there. You can see it's a lot of code that none of us understand, well, most of us don't understand what it is. But right up here, begin opt-in form, that's not going to show up on your website, but what it is going to show up is as a space. I don't like spaces. So what I do is I get rid of that, and now that's not going to be a space. I'm going to click Save. And I'm going to come back over here and show you from the outside. That outside embed form code just created this. Actually, from here down, I put the title of this in here, and I'll show you where I did that again. Right here. That's where you got that. Now, what I also did for illustrative purposes was I decided I wanted to show a picture of what they're getting. And what I did on this WordPress site, they have a great little widget. I'm going to close that so I don't delete it by mistake. They have a great little widget called Image Widget. And it's very simple to use. You put the title that you want, you upload your image, and it shows up as you see right here. Okay, so that's one way to do it. You don't even have to have that. You don't have to have that image if you don't want to. Now, I'm slightly redundant on this site to show you that there's another way to do it because I'm giving away the same report, but I said, you know what, I think I want to use an image because it looks prettier, and some of my other websites, because of the CSS coding or CSS style sheets, this doesn't look as pretty as it does here. So because of that, and it has nothing to do with the marketing system that I'm using, it has to do with the compatibility between themes, and I don't understand that stuff, so I just find a workaround. So what I did here is I said, okay, I want the same effect, And I'm going to use this image, and it's pretty clear. Calls to action are very important. It's pretty clear what I want them to do. You get a free effective video marketing strategies guide. I should probably add the word guide, which I will. Let's do that now, just to show you how easy it is. Let's see. Okay, that was down here. It's an image widget, which is this one. I'm just going to add the word guide, because I'll probably forget. Okay, and I'm going to save it. Let's see if it's there. Let's see. Yep, there you go. Okay, so now what this does is the same thing. I have set up a lead capture page, which is these are all different ways to capture leads. Still giving away the same report, but when they click here, they're going to go over here to a lead capture page that I've created. And I'm just going to refresh this page because I have the capture information on a delayed lead capture page. I wanted to give them a video that talks about the importance of video marketing because that is what I'm trying to get the message across. And here is the opt-in form on this lead capture page. It's the same thing as what we saw over on the other page with the form, but now it's showing up on a lead capture page. They fill out their information. I have the same autoresponder set up to that, and when they click sign up now, they're going to be looking at the same report, which is right here. So see how easy that was to do. I mean, again, it was just coming over here and the embed opt-in forms, and you get your code, which is right here. And this particular system I don't have a lot in. I just started using this one, but I'll just show you how you can have many because I have a lot of different systems. And here's another one of my systems. Let's say the outside embed form code. And I'm going to click here. And you see there's quite a few there. So when you're and this is only one of them. When you're naming your opt-in form code form, make sure that you give it a name that you're going to recognize. This is internal purposes only. They don't see this on the outside. But if you end up with a lot of different offers for a lot of different websites, you're going to confuse yourself. So just make sure that when you name it, you're naming it something that you will remember exactly what it is. But if you forget, it's not a big deal. You can come in here and say, what was that? Well, I'll click on edit. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, that's fine. And yeah, I'm sending them to where I want to send them to. So it's easy to get around, but just to make your life easier, just try to remember what it is that you're calling it, so that when you come in, you say, okay, I know exactly what I'm looking for, and here it is. So anyway, that's how you get an outside opt-in embed form code on either your website or anything that you're using that accepts outside embed, and that's how you do it with a giveaway. The other thing that you can do is if you want to give the giveaway in the email and have them go, rather than click for instant access, you want to send them to another page on your website, or you want to send them to a sales page on a marketing system that you're using, or you want it wherever it is you want to send them. Don't forget that option where it says where do you want them to go after you fill out the form, and you can say give them any URL. That's the one down here. Right here. So where do you want the prospect to go after completing the survey? If you'd rather them go someplace else, don't forget you just told them that you're going to be giving them a report. So change these words, and what you would do is you would create an email campaign ad. We're going to call it free report. Create new campaign. Create this campaign. I want to create my own. I don't want to use one of yours, so click on that one. And then you get to come in here and add a new email to this campaign, and this is going to be, here's your free gift. Add this email. You also have an option of different designs in this particular system. There's a whole ton of them. I have my own, which is say it with video. I want to use that template. I'm going to submit. And I added an email. I'm going to edit it. Excuse me. And in here you're just going to say thank you and here's your free gift. You can do this. How do you spell gift? There we go. And you can do many things. You can upload an image of that again over here, and then you can have a hyperlink to it, or you can just put the link in here, whatever it is that you want to do, if that's how you decide that you want to get that gift into their hands. Then you're going to save changes. And if you decide that you don't want them to go directly to your opt-in, then make sure when you're doing that outside embed opt-in form code, we're going to go back to it again, make sure when you select your autoresponder that you're selecting the one that's going to give them, over here in step 3, make sure that you're selecting the one you just created that has the download link in it. And again, make sure it doesn't say click here for instant access. It will say thank you for subscribing, and as soon as they give you their information, that email with the link to the download is going to go out to their inbox. So that's just one way to capture leads and to give away something to get their contact information. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you around the web.